You're lying to yourself. The anxiety isn't just stress, it's a scream from your soul, a warning that you're living in a frequency that isn't yours. That tightness in your chest isn't just fatigue, it's your body's way of telling you that you've been running on a frequency designed to keep you small, exhausted, and dependent. You wake up at 3 a.m., your mind a runaway train of Bill's missed opportunities, and the gnawing sense that the universe has turned its back on you. You tell yourself it's just a phase, that next month will be different, that if you just work harder, the numbers will finally add up. But deep down you know something is wrong, something inside you is broken. And it's not your fault. I know how tired you feel. I know the weight of waking up every day and pretending you're fine when your body is screaming for rest. I know the shame of standing in line at the grocery store, your card getting declined for the third time this month, while the person behind you in line sighs loudly enough for you to hear. I know the exhaustion of praying for a breakthrough that never comes, of reading yet another article about manifesting your dreams, while your bank account stays stubbornly empty. You're not lazy, you're not cursed. You're a soul trapped in a body that's been hijacked by a frequency that wasn't meant for you. The slave wave is real. It's the hum of the modern world, the endless notifications pinging on your phone, the bills piling up like unpaid debts to your future. Self, the voice in your head that whispers you'll never have enough. It's the invisible cage that keeps you running in circles, chasing a version of success that was never yours to begin with. But today that changes. You've been told your whole life that money is about hard work, about sacrifice, about proving you deserve it. You've been lied to, not in a malicious way, more like a collective delusion. We've all been sold. The truth is simpler and far more beautiful. Money isn't just a number in a bank account. It's a frequency. Abundance isn't just a concept, it's a state of being. And your brain is the antenna that picks up that signal. When your antenna is damaged, when it's calcified, weak, and covered in static, the message of prosperity fades into nothing but interference. That's why you feel stuck, not because the universe abandoned you, not because you're unlucky, but because your brain's receiver is broken. Let me take you deeper. The hippocampus is the organ of connection. It's where intuition lives. It's where divine guidance whispers. It's the bridge between you and the infinite flow of creation. But the modern world has been systematically dismantling this sacred organ, and the results are catastrophic: fluoride in your water, chronic stress, electromagnetic pollution, the relentless grind of capitalism. All of it calcifies your hippocampus. Studies show that people in chronic stress have hippocampi that shrink by up to 25%. That's not just bad luck, that's biological sabotage. Your brain is literally shrinking under the weight of a system that profits from your struggle. And here's the soul-shattering truth: powerful forces have known this for decades. The CIA studied how to control populations by keeping them in beta, the brainwave state of stress and hypervigilance. The military used frequencies to break prisoners, to strip them of their connection to anything beyond survival. The wealthy, they've been using theta waves to manifest their empires for generations. They're not smarter than you. They are not luckier. They've simply kept their hippocampus alive. They've stayed connected to the source. You, on the other hand, have been cut off not by God, not by karma, but by a world that profits from your struggle, a world that needs you to stay in beta, to stay afraid, to stay working endlessly for scraps. The slave wave isn't just a metaphor, it's a design. And the billionaire brain wave, that's your birthright. The deeper reason you're going through this pain isn't bad luck or poor choices. It's your shrunken hippocampus. It's the root cause of your anxiety, your financial struggles, your feeling of being stuck. And the good news, you can reverse it. You can regrow this connection. You can step out of the slave wave and into the flow of abundance. All it takes is the right sound. Imagine your hippocampus as a garden. Everyday stress rains acid on it, fluoride poisons the soil, electromagnetic smog chokes the roots over time. The garden withers, weeds of anxiety grow, where flowers of intuition once bloomed. But what if you could reverse the damage? What if you could till the soil remove the toxins and replant the seeds of abundant sound? Is the key. Ancient traditions used it for millennia. Shamans chanted to open the third eye. Monks hummed to enter deep meditation. Modern science confirms what they knew intuitively. Specific frequencies can regenerate brain tissue. They can melt the calcification in your hippocampus. They can pull you out of beta and drop you into theta, where miracles become normal. Theta is the frequency of creation. When you're in theta, ideas flow like water. Money appears where you least expect it. Your intuition sharpens. Strangers become allies. The universe conspires in your favor. This isn't woo-woo, this is neuroscience. When your hippocampus is healthy, it releases BDNF, a protein that literally grows new brain cells. It dampens the amygdala, the fear center of your brain. It opens the door to synchronicities, to unexpected windfalls, to the feeling that the universe is finally on your side. But how do you access this? How do you break free from the slave wave and step into theta? You don't need to meditate for hours. You don't need to spend years in silence. You need a tool designed to hack your brain's frequency, a 7-minute sound ritual that uses the exact frequencies proven to regrow your hippocampus and pull you into theta. This isn't about positive thinking. This isn't about manifesting with vision boards or reciting affirmations in the mirror. This is about healing the organ that's been blocking your abundance all along. When your hippocampus is strong, abundance isn't a struggle. It's a flow. Money comes easily. Opportunities appear. Your intuition guides you, and the tightness in your chest, it melts away. The people who use this sound ritual don't just get temporary relief. They experience a permanent shift. A shrunken hippocampus isn't a life sentence. It's a call to action. And the action is simpler than you think. Just 7 minutes a day. Just a sound wave that does the work for you. No more grinding, no more praying for a miracle. Just the sound of your brain, remembering its natural state. You've tried everything else. You've worked harder, you've prayed louder, you've blamed yourself. You've read every self-help book, followed every guru, tried every side hustle. And still the numbers don't add up. None of that changes the fact that your hippocampus is shrinking. None of that restores the connection to the source of all abundance. This is the missing piece. This is the ancient secret the powerful don't want you to know. Let me give you a real example. Take Sarah, a 34-year-old graphic designer who was drowning in debt. She worked 60-hour weeks, took on side gigs, and still couldn't make ends meet. She tried budgeting, apps, side hustles, even a second job. Nothing worked. Then she started using the sound ritual. Within 2 weeks, she noticed something strange. Her brain felt clearer. She started having ideas for passive income streams she'd never considered before. Within a month, she landed a high-paying client she'd been trying to reach for years. Within 3 months, she paid off $25,000 in debt. She wasn't working harder. She wasn't manifesting harder. She was simply healing the part of her brain that had been blocking the flow of abundance. Or consider Mark, a freelance writer who had been stuck in the same income bracket for years. He'd write article after article, pitch after pitch, and still struggle to pay rent. He tried every productivity hack, every time management trick, every manifestation technique. Nothing moved the needle until he started using the sound ritual. One morning, he woke up with an idea for a book. He wrote it in a month. A publisher reached out to him 2 weeks later with a 6-figure advance, not because he was lucky, not because he was talented, though he was, but because his brain was finally in a state where abundance could flow through him. These aren't isolated cases. They're proof that your struggles aren't about your effort or your worth. They're about your frequency. And when you change your frequency, everything changes. So how does this work? Exactly. The sound ritual uses binaural beats, 2 slightly different frequencies played in each ear, which your brain interprets as a third frequency. This third frequency is designed to stimulate the hippocampus, to encourage neurogenesis, the growth of new brain cells, and to shift your brainwave state from beta, stress, anxiety, struggle, to theta, creativity, intuition, flow. When you listen to this sound, your brain waves literally synchronize with the frequency. Your hippocampus starts to regenerate. The calcification that's been blocking your connection to abundance begins to dissolve. Your amygdala, the fear center of your brain, quiets down, and your intuition, your direct line to the infinite, starts to speak louder. But it's not just about listening, it's about surrendering to the process. It's about trusting that your brain can heal. It's about giving yourself permission to receive. That's the hardest part for most people. We've been conditioned to believe that success comes from struggle, that money is earned through blood, sweat, and tears, that abundance is a privilege reserved for the lucky few. But what if abundance isn't something you earn. What if it's something you allow? The sound ritual does the work for you. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to grind harder. You just have to listen. And as your hippocampus heals, as your brain waves shift, as your connection to the source of all abundance strengthens, the money, the opportunities, the synchronicities, they start to appear. I know this sounds too good to be true. I know you've been burned before. I know you're skeptical. But let me ask you this: what if it's not too good to be true? What if it's simply too good to ignore? The link is waiting for you. The sound wave is ready to do its work. All you have to do is click and let it begin. Your birthright of ease, of flow, of prosperity is waiting, not because you deserve it more than anyone else, but because you're finally ready to heal the part of you that's been blocking it all along. Start tonight. Put on the headphones close. Your eyes, let the sound wash over you. Feel the tightness in your chest. Ease, feel the mental fog lift. Feel the universe whisper, I've got you. And then watch as the magic begins.